Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaylyn. If this is your first time here, hey! So I know I've been gone for another couple of weeks because in my last video I was gone for like almost a month, and I think it's been almost a month since I recorded my video prior to explaining why I was gone. So in this video I'm going to be explaining why I was gone again. So if you would like an explanation while I do my makeup, because I'm going to do my makeup regardless, keep on watching. So in my last video, when I was explaining, like, you know, I've been gone because I had 2 deaths in my family and I was traveling and stuff, and I had all this stuff going on. In that video, that was on a Thursday, so I was experiencing eye pain in my left eye, and I just thought, you know, it was because, you know, I was crying about my dog, and, you know, I was crying for like 2 days. So I thought, you know, oh, this is happening because I've been crying so much. So whatever, you know, take some Tylenol, I'll be fine. But I wasn't. So a couple days go by, my eye still hurts. Like, hurts so bad. And then I started getting light sensitivity. Like, I could not stand being in the light, daylight, lights like this, my regular lights. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, lights on my phone, computer, whatever. Like, it was that bad where I could not even, you know, do normal things. Like, I would just sit in my room and sit in the dark for practically for the entire day, for an entire couple of days. And then I started losing vision in my left eye as a couple days go by. So it was a Tuesday night. I decided, like, Jaylyn, I don't think you can really see. This is me talking to myself. So I said, let me close my eye, my right eye, and see if I can see out of my left eye. And I couldn't. Everything was black or like grayish. Like, my eyesight was completely gone. I started freaking out. I was like, okay, let me go to bed. Well, actually, I lied. I was like, let me hop on Google and see what's going on. So I just thought like I had like an eye infection or glaucoma or something like that. And I was like, okay, I will call my eye doctor tomorrow. Everything's gonna be fine. So everything wasn't fine. I end up going to the eye doctor on Wednesday, the next day, and I grabbed my friend to drive me around because I really could not see. Like, it was that bad. And I'm so happy that she was available because I really needed somebody. I go to the eye doctor and he's doing an eye exam on me, and basically we did the letter thing, and, you know, the biggest letter to the smallest letter, and the biggest letter was like a maybe an E or something like that. I'm gonna say it was an E. And on my right eye, I was like, okay, that's the E. And I had my glasses on while we were doing one part of the eye exam. So my right eye, I'm like, okay, that's the E. But on my left, I'm like, what is that, blood? Like, it was just completely black. I couldn't see. So we doing all the other letters, and I couldn't see none of them. So he ended up looking into my eyes. He's going back and forth and back, and you can tell like he don't know what's going on. Like, he was low-key kind of nervous because he didn't have like an explanation or anything. So that kind of made me nervous. So then he steps back and he's like, cover your right eye. I'm like, okay. So I cover my right eye. And he said, do you see me waving my hand? And I said, no, I don't. I don't at all. So he goes out the room and he comes back. He says, you know, I really don't know what's going on with you, so I'm gonna have to send you to an ophthalmologist to figure out what's going on. And it was like around 3 o'clock, and most doctor's office close around 4 or 5. So he found a ophthalmologist out in Novi, and it was like 3 o'clock, I think, 3 going on 4. So he was kind of busy. The ophthalmologist was busy, but he luckily and so thankfully, I'm so blessed, he got me in, and I went out to Novi, and then the tech was doing part of the eye exam, and she did like, can you see this letter, and you know, can you see it like through these tiny little holes, and I couldn't. And it was making me so nervous, like, trying not to cry. It was making me so nervous because I really didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know if I was losing my vision, like, and I'm just like, you know, I was just nervous because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how serious it was or anything like that. Oh, I got the mirror on my face, and I'm trying not to cry because I did this in my last video. I'm not trying to keep on doing this with y'all. I'm a low-key crybaby, but y'all need to know that. The tech started crying with me. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so sorry. So, you know, the ophthalmologist came in and he looked at my eyes, and they dilated my eyes, and basically they make you, to me, it makes me completely blind in both eyes. And you have to wait till the dilution is fully in your eyes, and you can still take like the vision out. So I waited like 10-15 minutes, then the ophthalmologist came in. So he's looking in my eyes, and he's looking at like the nerves in my eye, and from what he saw, the optic nerve, and if you don't know what the optic nerve is, I'm going to like insert a picture right here, but I'm going to explain it to you as well. The optic nerve connects to the back of your eye all the way to your brain. So from the front part, you know, the front part he could see, you know, the closest, the optic nerve was swollen, and he didn't know if the entire nerve was swollen or if it was detached, because if it was detached, I was going to have to get into surgery. They'll have to do surgery on my head and you know, go through all that. So he, more than likely, he was like, I think you have optic neuritis. Well, he said, but he knows I have optic neuritis because the symptoms, the eye pain, then the light sensitivity, then the blindness, and then it felt like my eye was heavy. He said that's all signs of optic neuritis. And he said that I want you to go to 3 hospitals. The one right here, the one St. Mary's, and another one that I can't remember right now. He said because he knows all the doctors there, and he wants this to be handled now, and if he needs to know something, you know, he just simply call them, because he doesn't want this situation to be swept under the rug like these past 3 doctors that did, but we're gonna get to that later. So I'm like, okay. So my friend drives me to the hospital, and I said, you can have my car for the day. So I gave her some money, and you know, I was just like, thank you. And she was like, keep me updated and stuff. So I'm sitting in the emergency waiting room, waiting to get called back. And I'm on the phone with my friends, you know. And then they call me back to the little thing, the emergency little room where they take your temperature, ask you why are you here, and your blood pressure and stuff like that. So I do all that, explain everything. So then I go back into the emergency waiting room, and I wait for like maybe like a half an hour, and then I get called back again, and they sit me down in the waiting room. I'm sitting in this recliner, and the doctor comes to see me. So my ophthalmologist gave me a note, and I actually have a note somewhere in my purse. I'm gonna let this sit real quick and then I'll tell you the rest. I'm back. So the doctor came, and he was like, okay, you're gonna get an MRI, and it's gonna be around like 10 or 11 p.m. So I went into like the hospital like around 5, 6 o'clock. So the lights was irritating my eyes. So I got my coat, put it over my head, and while I was waiting, they did like the blood samples, and they put an IV in my arm, and just all this stuff. I was just getting poked and poked and poked. And I wasn't even in a room yet. Like, dang, can y'all even give me some damn privacy? Y'all poking me and stuff? So it comes like around 11 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock actually. I go get the MRI done, and I had to change out my clothes. If you know how the MRI process is, whatever. It's quite long. So I get the MRI, and I go back into the waiting room. And I'm just sitting there, I'm on the phone, my mom and my family. So like the MRI was complete by like 11. So at this time, while I'm in the emergency waiting room, it was like 12, 1 o'clock. And the nurse came to me, and she was like, did the doctor come see you yet? I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, I'm about to go get him now. So I'm like, okay, well, all right. You know, I didn't really think nothing of it. So like a half an hour goes by, and I see him. He grabs a chair, and he has this look on his face. And I'm just like, I know what that means. Look, I watched Grey's Anatomy entirely too much to not know what that means. So he sits down, and he's basically saying like, you do have optic neuritis, and that's what's causing you to lose your vision in your left eye. But what we also saw was MS, multiple sclerosis, in your brain. And I was just like, as he was talking, I'm just like this was my face, like, what? Like, how do they, like, how? Like, and I just went blank, and I said, I need a minute. I literally need a minute, because what you're saying to me after I heard MS, everything after that, I couldn't hear it. Like, I literally blacked out, and I said, I need a minute. I need to call my family. So the first person I called, I think it was either my mama, my dad, or my aunt. But it was like in that 3 order. So I'm like, so I called my mama. I said, Mama, I have MS. And she was asleep. It was like 2, 1 in the morning. She had to be at work at 3 in the morning. So, or it was at 4. So, you know, she was upset. I called everybody else, and I'm in the bathroom. And I'm just crying because, like, how did this happen? Because, yes, I've been having some health problems, but I just didn't know it was that. So I'm just like, how do we go from here to here? Like, I'm not understanding. So, you know, I take a minute to breathe in the bathroom, and then I come back. So then he explains to me, you know, what is the procedure that they're going to take. So they said they was going to put me on steroids, and I had to be admitted into the hospital. So, this video's going to be so long. I'm so sorry. So, I finally get a room in the emergency room, and they start the steroids, and my mom comes walking into the hospital, and I walked out and I just hugged her. Well, she just hugged me, and she was like so startled, like you could tell she's been crying and stuff. And you know, it was just a hot mess. Doctors coming in and out, and you know, I was just upset, confused, angry, and I'm going to tell you why I was angry. I was angry because back in September, I went to my first primary doctor, and I said my back is killing me to the point where it wakes me up out of my sleep, and it kills me that bad. She didn't really do nothing about it. She gave me some muscle relaxers, some Tylenol, and some naproxen, and really that was that. She told me to eat fiber. And I'm like, I don't think, no. So I went to another doctor. He said, this is around October, he said that I was having pelvic pain, but I felt it in my, like, the side of my back. But he said, he swore that I was having pelvic pain. So he ordered a pelvic ultrasound, because he thought it was my ovaries. I do the ultrasound. My ultrasound came back perfectly fine in my pelvic. So then I was just like, well, maybe I'm tripping or whatever. So I just left it alone. And when one of the doctors at St. Mary's told me, he was like, pretty much, I'm sorry to say it like this, but pretty much they were being lazy, those doctors. They didn't want to order an MRI because they were being cheap, and that's why you're in this predicament right now, which is so unfortunate. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this because you're only 22 years old. And he was like, if you want to BITCH about it, you can. To me, it's perfectly fine. Like, you have every right to be upset. So I'm in the emergency room for 2 or 3 days, and I was just like, I'm ready to go home. Like, this bed ain't comfortable. I can't watch TV because the TV too damn far, and I can't see. Like, the lights is on in the lobby. This girl right beside me almost committed suicide. God bless her mental health, and she was pregnant. Like it was just too much going on in that damn. No, like, I need a bed. Like, what is going on? I need my privacy. I want to take a shower. Like, I couldn't do none of that. Like, it was driving me bananas in there. And so I was literally sitting in the bed. I said, I'm ready to go home. I will sign an AMA form to go home because I can't do this. Like, that was the closest thing to jail. And I've never been to jail, but I have a great feeling that's what it feels like in there. Okay. Like, I had to take bird baths. Like, who want to do that? Like, who? So, while I'm in the emergency room, I had to get another MRI done on my back and my neck, basically my spine. And we had to do a spinal tap. Basically, it's a long 9-inch needle that they stick in your spine to collect fluid, to run tests on you. I'm trying to find the cap. Where I put it at? Out there. So after the spinal tap, you have to lay flat for basically the rest of the day. Your bed rest. You can't get up. Imagine trying to eat your food laying completely flat. Like, child, it was the whole experience was ghetto. Before I got I'm sorry, I'm backtracking. Before I got the spinal tap, I started experiencing like neck pain and back pain, and I started experiencing like the numbness and tingliness in my legs, my arms and stuff. So I told my nurse, and I could hear her in the waiting room, like she's starting to have symptoms. I'm like, symptoms of what? So they ended up giving me medicine for my pain and melatonin so I could go to sleep and stuff, because I couldn't sleep at all. I think the next day I ended up getting a room finally, and it was a lady on my floor who was dying, and she had dementia, God bless her, and she was just screaming the whole time because she couldn't like talk to people. She wasn't able to talk, but the nurse was like, I'm so sorry if you hear her. I'm like, baby, I don't even care. Like, she can be screaming all day, all night. I don't care. I'd rather deal with screaming than all that other BS that I was going through in the emergency room. I'll take it. This is like paradise. So, shortly after that, I got transferred over to my room. I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't walk without a walker. It just kept on happening. Like, it just got worse and worse and worse. Having to use a walker, and I'm currently still on a walker to get around because my legs get weak. I have dizzy spells. My knees buckle. Like, you can see me right now, I'm kind of like hunched over. Like, I go through that now. So, it's just a lot. So they did the steroids. So I got 1,000 milligrams of steroids a day. And that explains why I have a chunky face now. Because I walked to the hospital, I was 118. When I walked out the hospital, I was 145. So that explains why I look like an oval. And please do not fat shame me because this is hard. The neurologist came in and she asked me, do I want to see my MRI? And I said, yeah. I have 7 lesions in my brain. And I think that's just the craziest thing. And one of them, or 2 of them, were like huge. When I say huge, I mean huge. The other one was like medium size, but 2 of them was just like, whoa, Jaylyn. So, they asked me my vision. I couldn't see for real still. I was in the hospital until I think the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. I got admitted. Well, I went in the hospital on the 18th. So, currently I'm on a walker, like I said, and I have to use a shower chair. I can't really do much right now, and I'm going to start my treatments for the MS. I have to do injections and stuff like that to myself. This is just my life now, and I mean, I'm kind of scared because like the stuff that they were telling me that might happen to me is like literally happening to me. Like, I have memory loss now. I can't remember things that I just said or what I just did like 5 minutes ago or what I just thought. My speaking, I'm starting to stutter a lot, or I can't enunciate words correctly. I still can't see. I can see a little bit, but when I followed up with my ophthalmologist, he said that he's not sure if this is the final stage of my eye improving. So, he also said that with optic neuritis, that the vision never comes back 100%. Physical therapy starts in January, and I also have occupational therapy as well to help with like my, you know, everyday living and stuff, because major fact, I'm left-handed, and just so happened the side that the MS is attacking is my left side. Like, I only get headaches on my left side of my head, and it's literally like the craziest thing ever. I don't sleep anymore because I'm always up. It's just a lot. Like, I didn't know MS affects your bladder. So I'm constantly going to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I kid you not. I mean, and like the loss of like the vision. My left eye was my better eye because my right eye was terrible. And it's just crazy how it's like the complete opposite now. My life, you know, just completely changed out of the blue. I have failed 5 times since I've been discharged. I had to withdraw from my classes in school because I cannot see, and it's so hard for me to like be on my laptop and stuff. Like, it's hard right now to even record this video because I feel like I'm straining my eye a little bit. It's hard. Like, when I do stuff like, you know, make a bagel or something like that, something that doesn't even take no more than 5 minutes, it takes me like 20 minutes to do stuff, and it's just crazy to me. So I don't know, like, hopefully the treatments will make me feel better, plus the OT and stuff. Not OT, but OT and PT and stuff. Hopefully I start feeling better soon. Their main goal is to stop any lesions from coming in to my brain, and I want it to stay like that. You know, I don't need any more problems. And the doctors told me, you know, like, what health problems come with MS. You know, I'm twice more than likely than the average person now to get blood clots, have a heart attack, have heart failure, have a stroke, you know, epileptic seizures. And it's just like, I think I came to the point where it's just like, it is what it is. I keep on telling myself I cannot stress over things I cannot control. This is something I cannot control because it's an autoimmune disease. It's literally attacking my body. You know, I can't do nothing about it. You know. So, you know, I try not to stress over it, but however, it's just like, you know, anything can happen to me, and that kind of makes me scared because I'm literally so young. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are watching, can you just send me just love and prayers, because I have really been going through it. Like, even last night I had a rough night. I didn't go to sleep till 4 in the morning. My head was hurting only on my left side. My leg was going numb, and it was in pain. My back was hurting. It was just a lot. So you know, that I would really appreciate that if you guys do. But on a positive note, while I have been sick, the craziest thing has been happening. My YouTube is up by a little bit over 600 now, and like I promised you guys a couple months ago that I was going to do a 500 subscriber giveaway, and I have like 2 of the items right now, but I have to get out and go shopping, and it's kind of hard right now due to, you know, my circumstances. But I'm gonna look. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have one of my friends or one of my family members take me to Ulta so I can pick up more items. It's gonna be approximately like 2 or 3 extra items, and hopefully in the next 1 to 2 videos I will be showing you guys what the product is, what the products are, and telling you guys how you can enter the giveaway. because it's Christmas time and it's just the perfect timing. Like, wow, it's Christmas giveaway. Bing! If you like this video, click thumbs up, click subscribe, and comment down below something. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Bye.